Hello friends, today in this tutorial we are gonna learn how to create account in GitHub and create repository in our GitHub account, and to work with that repository we will install Git in our Windows. So this video is for basically for the Windows user. So let's start making GitHub account. Go to your browser and go for github.com. Here, if you haven't signed up for GitHub yet, then go for a sign up process. After you sign up for GitHub, sign in. Let's sign in. Here, put your username and password. If the verification code, for the first time the verification code may ask, that will send to your registered email, and after you put your verification code, then you will prompt to this page, and these are my repository that I have already created. So let's start with a new one. This is your account, and go to your repository and create a new one. Name your repository. It may be your project name or something other else. Let's name it test. In description, this is the test repository, and make it public so that anyone can see your repository, and only you need to choose who can make change in this repository. And you need to initialize this repository with a readme file and create. So here we have successfully created our test repository inside our GitHub account, and inside the test repository there is only one readme file that we have initialized, and we will add some other file inside this repository by cloning this repository to our local machine. So now we have properly made a GitHub account and created a repository. Now let's install Git in our local machine. Go for google.com and search for Git for Windows, and the first link, look at the first link and visit that link for the download. The download automatically started, so I have cancelled it because I have already 64-bit Git on my Windows. So check your Windows specification, and as per 32-bit or 64-bit, choose this download package and download Git for your proper Git for your machine. So here is my 64-bit Git, and let's install. And what you need to do is just click next and install completely this Git on your machine. I have already installed this Git on my machine, so I'm not gonna go further. After your installation is completed, and right click anywhere, and if you see these two lines, Git GUI here and Git bash here, then you have properly installed Git on your machine. So now note these 8 commands, that basic Git commands we are gonna use in this tutorial. 6, 7, 8. That is git config, global username, global name, clone, status, add, commit, push, and pull. We will work with this test repository that we have created in our GitHub account by cloning it or downloading it to our local machine. For that, open a file location anywhere. It may be your D drive, E drive, or C drive. Anywhere you can download that file, and for that we will use the command git clone. I will do it in my desktop. Let's make one folder, git, and I want to download that code in this folder. So go inside this folder and right click and use git bash here. For the first time, what you need to do is you need to configure your global user email and username on a git bash. So let's type git config global user email, and this is the email that you used for creating your GitHub account. And again, the next line is to set the username, git config global user dot name. That is, my username is. Now you are ready to work with git. So let's download that repository in this folder by the command git clone, and we need the location of our repository that we will get from here. That is our inside test repository, clone or download, and here is the path of our repository. So copy this and paste here, git clone and the address of our repository. Now cloning test. Here you can also see we have successfully cloned or download test repository in our local machine. Now let's make some changes in this folder. In this folder, test folder is a repository that we have just downloaded. So let's add some file here. That is hello git and github. Let's save that file inside the test folder that we have cloned. Name it test.txt. Here is the text.txt file we have just saved inside the test folder. Now this will not take effect on our server on the cloud or on inside the GitHub account. Let's check. Here is only the readme file, not the test file. And to make that effect inside this repository, online repository, we need to commit that repository, add that repository, and push that repository. So for that, let's start again. You need to go inside the repository you have cloned, and inside that repository just right click and use git bash here. Here we have modified this test repository by adding test.txt. So for looking any changes made in that repository, just type git status, and here you will get the changes you made in that repository in our local machine, not in our GitHub account. Here test.txt file is the we have changed. So let's add that file, add, and check status again. Now here the same file is viewed with the green color. That means this file is ready to push to our GitHub account. So let's commit it. Commit m message test file version 1.0 version 1. Okay, we have committed. Commit means to provide the comment to that file, and at last you need to push that file to the our GitHub account. So git push you origin master, and it will ask for your GitHub password, GitHub username and password. So let's put your username and password here. And here we have successfully pushed our code into our GitHub account. Refused 0. Now let's check our online GitHub account, and the test.txt file will be pushed in this repository. You can see that test.txt file here. So in this way you can push that file, push any file or code to your GitHub repository online by this step. Up to here we have done git config clone status, add, commit and push. And the last one we have to do is git pull. That means if anyone other user have cloned the repository in their machine, then after that some changes may be made in that repository by the owner of that repository, but that may not take effect in the repository that they have cloned in their local machine. So to clone or to download all the changes made in that online repository, the next user must hit the git pull command to download all the updated changes in the repository they have cloned. For that I will show one demo. Let this we are the owner of the git repository, that is test repository, and let inside let make one new folder here, git test, and inside here we need to open git bash and just clone that repository. And hit enter. Here we have successfully cloned in our local library, and here you can see the two files, readme file and the test file. And let's suppose this is not the owner of the git test repository. This may be this. Let's suppose this is the another user, and the owner of the git test repository is this user who have downloaded or cloned the repository in the desktop. Now again let's make some changes in that repository. test.txt hello git and GitHub, and let's make some changes here. New changes, and save it and open the git bash here, check for the status and modified. You can see test.txt file has been modified. Now add it and commit it. Test.txt version 2 and add that, push that file to the server. Now we have successfully changed the text.txt file, but for the user in the D drive, that is git, where is git test here. For this user, the file that got changed will not affect in this folder. You can see here the new line is not added in this file because he or she have cloned this file before the owner of the git repository made changes over there. So to make that effect in this folder also, we need to open, the user need to open git bash here and just enter git pull. And we successfully pull the changes code in our local machine again, and let's check the file, and here you will get the change in the file. So this is the actual use of git pull command by the users and the owner. Especially owner will only use git push and makes changes in that repository, but the other user need to pull that repository again and again and again to download the updated file or the download updated code rather than before. So this is the git basic, and hope you like my videos and you learn in a better way. Thank you for watching.